peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and kings in the house. Really appreciate. Thank you very much for making it deep dive, globally changing lives. We know that you could be elsewhere, but instead you have joined us to have a fabulous, fantastic, wonderful evening. And so, without any further ado, we just want to welcome everyone, and including those that are on our YouTube channels. We want to welcome you all. Without any further ado, we will be going into our theme song, which is In It to Win It by our one and only Queen Lerato Shadari. And she's an international recording singing artist. And at this time, we are going to play her song, In It to Win It.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Moving right along as we move into our first presentation. And of course, it is none other than our own Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. And she's going to speak to us on the 6 essential tips that will help you change your life. Dr. Tunishai Ford, of course, she's a international transformational speaker. And yes, when I say international, I really do mean international. All 200 plus countries across the planet. Um, she's a life coach. She's an empowerment trainer, TV talk show host, and of course, she's the editor in chief of Discovering You magazine. And it's a free magazine. So if you have not subscribed to that free monthly magazine, please do. The link is, of course, in the YouTube description. And so she she's a wonderful, lovely lady that we come to love and adore. And we do want to hand the mic over now to our one and only Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I really do appreciate you. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And as Dr. Derek said, we're going to talk about the 6 essential tips that will help you change your life. Some of you may say that this year went by really fast. We're almost in December, the last month of the year. We are very close to 2026. I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to some phenomenal things. But I don't want to go into the new year the same way. I want to change some things. I want to evolve. I want to have a paradigm shift. Now I want to change my mindset about a lot of different things because we all need to grow. So I thought about this topic when I was going through my archives of my speeches. I said, let me do this one because I think it would be very befitting for what we're going to be, where we're going in our life, especially going into the new year, especially in the new platform that Mr. Ash has for us, Victory with Ash. I think this message would be really befitting. So when you talk about change, it's natural to be resistant to change because it's not always comfortable. Me, myself, personally, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to be very transparent. I don't really like change that much because it takes you out of your comfort zone, but I know you have to do it. I've been preaching this to you since day one. So even though it may be uncomfortable, I know it's something that we have to do. I know it's something that I have to do, but it's necessary. If you want to reach your goals and become the person that you are designed to be, that's the key word. You are designed to be, not what you think you want to be, what you're designed to be. It exposes us to new experiences and people and opens up doors for more opportunities. So therefore, we want to make some changes. So I want to share with you right now 6 tips that would change your life. And if you're taking notes, number 1, I'm not going to be before you long, but I think that these 6 tips will really help you move forward. Taking notes, number 1, you want to identify and understand what changes you want and need to change. Let me repeat that. You want to identify what changes you want and need to change. That's 2 different categories. 2 different categories. What do you want to change? And what do you need to change? Some of us really need to change some things if we want to move forward. Some of us need to change how we practice handling money. Am I right or wrong? Some of us need to have that stability. We need to understand how money works. Some of us need to understand how to actually pick our companions, not only in romantic, but I'm talking about even your platonic friendships. We need to change in that area. Some of you want to change, and maybe you want to change your image. Maybe you want to change jobs, wherever it may be. But you need to have 2 columns, one for the things that you need to change and the things that you want to change. So number one, identify and understand what changes you need and want to change. When you decide to make a change, you must understand why you want to and need to make these changes. That's very important. Why are you doing this? Because if you don't have a motive behind changing, you're not going to be motivated to do it. You need to identify what adds to your life personally and professionally. You need to add that to your life. You need to understand, why am I making these changes? So I want to look at some internal things. Make eternal changes. Taking control of your life from the inside out. Remember that message I ministered to you all a while back? Taking control of your life from the inside out. So you want to look at some of the eternal things. And some of them might be working on your personality and your character. Working on your personality and your character. You may say, well, I am what I am. No, I don't believe that. I believe that if you're a person that may be introverted, you're not interested in being around different people, or you don't want to be around crowds, or you don't want to be doing different things, if that's hindering you from really operating in your design and the design that God has called you to, that you need to make a conscious decision to change those things in your personality. And of course, we need to change our character. If our character is not godly, or we're struggling in different areas where it hinders us from moving forward, change your character. Work on your wrong beliefs. Maybe some of you have wrong beliefs, how you feel about different race, different ethnic groups, whatever it might be. Work on those things. Work on becoming more knowledgeable, and also change your diet. That is so important. Dr. Derek and also Queen Jackie always talk about what you put in your body. Change your diet. So in other words, make eternal changes. That's where you can start. The next part is make external changes. Work on improving your image. People always say that clothes don't make the man. I believe that clothes help. How you portray yourself, how people look, when people look at you, they see your image. That's the first thing they see. You might be the best person, you might be the most wonderful, kindest person in the world. But if you're walking around all shabby, especially ladies, I see so many ladies walking around real frumpy, like they're thrown away. Nobody cares about them. They might be intelligent. They might be very loving and giving, have all these wonderful qualities, but they don't carry themselves like that. Even you men. Some men don't want to wear a suit and a tie. I'm not saying you gotta walk around in Gucci and all designer clothes. I'm saying to you, when you look in the mirror, who do you portray yourself to be? When people see you, what is the first impression? What's the first impression? So work on improving your image. Obtain a healthy weight. So when you think about losing weight is not just cosmetic, ladies and gentlemen. It's about your health. When you're overweight, that affects your liver, that affects your kidneys, diabetes, high blood pressure, all kind of insidious diseases open up when you have a weight problem. Start decluttering your surroundings. When you have clutter in your life, that makes you feel your creative juices cannot flow. You find yourself being depressed. You find yourself being oppressed because things are cluttered around you. There's no clarity. So work on decluttering your environment, and also change your work environment. Some of you have been at the same job for years. There's no promotion. You're stagnated. You're unhappy. You go home feeling defeated. Maybe it's time to do something about that going into 2026. So work on those external changes. So number one, you want to identify and understand what changes you want and you need to change. That's number one, if you're taking notes. Number two, rid your life of negativity, and starting with you. Let me say that again. Number two, rid your life of negativity and start with you. Start with getting rid of the word I can't. I can't. I'm not good enough. Start with those kind of words. Start taking it out of your vocabulary. Don't say I can't anymore. We already know that words have power. Using the words I can't gives you a defeated mindset and sets the stage for future failure and underachieving. And you don't want to be a failure. You don't want to be an underachiever. So stop saying I can't and say I will and I can. Also, other changes in your life. It may be the people that you're around. Remember, get rid of those negative and toxic people. Your social environment. Maybe you're in an environment that's toxic. Maybe you're in an environment where you can't grow. Maybe you're in an environment where you just can't see your way through. Change those things if you can. what you watch on TV, social media. What are you watching on Facebook? What are you watching on YouTube? What are you watching on TikTok? When you watch television, what kind of movies are you watching? These are things that influence how you feel about yourself going forward. Get rid of the negativity out of your life. Also, when you rid yourself of negative influences, you begin to surround yourself with positive elements. You will begin to realize your dreams and experience a more fulfilling future. And that should be your goal, ladies and gentlemen, to also realize a fulfilling future. Number 3, if you're taking notes, number 3, go out of your way to be kind to others. Go out of your way to be kind to others. This is so important. People who engage in kindness are happier over time. When you are kind to others, you feel good as a person, morally, more optimistic, and positive. Let me give you an example. Over the weekend, I had an opportunity to be a part of something that was greater than myself. Our church, we gave away 200 plus food boxes and turkeys to people in our neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods who would not have a Thanksgiving if we had not done that. There were people from all walks of life, and the cars were wrapped around the block. Now, my job, per se, was not to give out the boxes, but what I had a chance to do is something I love to do. I had an opportunity to pray for people. Yes, Dr. T. I prayed for people as they were loading the cars with the boxes and the turkeys. I asked them, do you need prayer? And many of them, I would say 98% of them said yes. And I had a chance to pray for people. Some people even cried. So thank you so much. I needed that. They could feel the anointing. And I felt so fulfilled in doing that. And also had a chance to go to a place we call Gleaners. I don't know if this is national, but I know that in Michigan, it's a warehouse. And they have all this food. I chose at that time to pack the boxes. And I was watching the different foods they put in the boxes. I said, wow, this is such a blessing. You know, there's so many people all over the world who don't have any food. They're starving right now. You know about that. And there are a lot of people, because of what's going on in the economy, even right here in our nation, that's supposed to be so rich. There are people who are struggling to eat. Elderly people, mothers with children, you know, a lot of children, you know, all kinds of things. It's just a catastrophe of what's going on right now. So being able to load boxes and being able to feed people, that's something of showing kindness. It doesn't have to be on a large scale. It might be like smiling to somebody who might be frowning, telling someone hello that day, hugging somebody, encouraging someone with a kind word. You know, just maybe it might be a situation where you might be in a grocery store and you see a little kid begging his mother for something. The mother says, I can't afford to do it. And you see that. And you go to that mother and say, hey, look, I'll buy it for the little boy, or I'll buy it for the baby. You know, those things make you feel great. Let me give you some of the benefits of when you're kind. It gives you a sense of purpose. When you're kind to someone, it gives you a sense of purpose. It leaves you with a feeling of happiness and optimism. It reduces stress because you stop focusing on you. And the more you do for others, the more you do for yourself. Let me repeat that. The more you do for others, the more you do for yourself. Because then you, like I said, you have a sense of purpose. It leaves you feeling happy. You have this euphoria that just makes you feel overwhelmed with gladness. And those are the things you want to feel. So when you show kindness and go out of your way to be kind, I believe you're well on your way to actually seeing something positive happening in your life. Being very kind to other people. Number four, build a support network. Build a support network. Building a strong social network can help you through the stress, hard times, and chronic illness, or even when making a life change, a difficult life decision. It is so important that we have a network. And that network doesn't have to be real huge. It might just be a couple of people in your inner circle that you know that you can depend on. When I was going through the cancer ordeal, all of you know that I'm a cancer survivor. When I had the cancer, I only had a few people around me, but that's all I needed. Those were the people that reached out. They helped me financially. Yes, they helped me financially. They helped me physically. They helped me spiritually. They were praying for me. There was a presence there. And I knew that I could get through this because I knew I had people that truly, genuinely loved me. And even when you're making difficult decisions, you want to be around a group of people who know more than you, who people who can give you good counsel. The word of God tells you there's safety in a multitude of good counsel. So if you're making difficult decisions, you want to be around people that can help you through those things, especially if you don't have a whole lot of knowledge in that way. So many people are in bad situations financially because they don't have someone to guide them. They don't have anybody in their lives, like a person who's a financial analyst or someone that's a financial expert who will sit there and let them know, take steps to go through to get out of this poverty and lack. I've done several messages about financial stability. And there are people who don't have anyone in their lives to give them financial advice. So this is just an example. But you want to be around people who are for you, who can put you in the right place so that you can always move forward and make the proper decisions. Even when it comes down to hard times, you want to be around people who are kind and generous. There are people that God has assigned to your life that want to be a help, but if you don't let them know you're going through something, and some of you may not agree with that. There's a lot of people who have a lot of pride. I remember when I was going through the cancer ordeal, I had no problem asking for help. No problem, because sometimes people may feel like everything's okay, but everything may not be okay. And you go to your network and say, listen, I'm struggling in this area. There's a lack in this area. So don't be afraid to reach out, especially if you have people in your life who are in your family, friends, associates, even your peers. I remember when I went through that ordeal, I used to work for Detroit Public Schools. I think I shared that with you. And I reached out to one of the teachers that I was very close with. And I let her know there were some things going on financially in my life that I could not take care of. My mother was with me and she had needs too. But because I wasn't working, of course, I didn't have the income coming in. I used up all my sick days because I was ill for a while. Do you know that young lady went to the school that I worked at and took up a collection? And her husband brought the money to my door. And I'm telling you, it was such a blessing. So those are the things I'm talking about. It goes back to being kind. It also goes back to building a network. If I didn't have a relationship with this woman and my school, the people that were around me because they cared about me, they would not have taken care of that need. So when you're going through something and when you're trying to grow and become the best version of yourself, you want to make sure that you have a positive network that's going to be there for you in your times of lack, when you're ill, and when you're making major decisions. So number 4 is build a support network. Number 5, we're winding down. Number 5, eliminate the non-essentials. Eliminate the non-essentials. We have identified the things that are the most important in your life. It's time to start eliminating things. It's called simplifying your life. Simplify your life. Focus on the things that matter most to you and prevent them from being a distraction. Okay, get rid of the distractions. I talked about that, and I think my last message, we talked about distraction being an enemy to progress. Get rid of the distractions. Get rid of the emotional clutter so that you won't experience the overload. Stop doing things that really aren't important. And the same is true when it comes down to your professional life. How many times, we talked about this before, you're the go-to person. Every time there's a crisis, whether it's in the family, whether it's on your job, whether it's among your friends, you're that go-to person because they've made poor choices because they decide to go another way. They want to put you in, they want to involve you in it. And you don't know how to say no. Remember we talked about that? No is a good word. If you truly want to move forward, if you truly want to be successful and go into 2026 the way you should go into 2026, get rid of those things that are not essential. Get rid of the clutter. Simplify your life. Get rid of the emotional clutter in your life. Get rid of those people who are nothing but clingy. They're like the people that are clinging onto you who don't need to be there. You have situations in your life that you need to just let go of it. So get rid of those things. So eliminate the non-essentials. That's number 5. And last but not least, take small but concise steps. Take small but concise steps. Life is like going up a staircase. When you are trying to achieve something, it's like going up a staircase. You don't go and leap. Your goal is to get to the top of the staircase. You don't leap up there, do you? You take one step at a time. And that's how it should be when you're trying to achieve a goal. Take one step at a time. If you want to persevere, take those small steps. When we look at a big project, we can become overwhelmed. How many of you have ever tried to do something really nice or really great, and then you looked at the piece, oh my God, this is too big for me. But when you sit back and look at the situation, take it one day at a time. Take it one step at a time. You remember the old cliche, it says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you want, instead of breaking it down, take this big picture and break it down and make it systematic and manageable by taking small steps. So number 6 is to take small but concise steps. Treat it like you're going up a staircase. Again, you don't leap to the top. That's your goal. But you want to take one step at a time. And when you do that, you'll find that your goal is more manageable. So let me do a recap of what I just shared. If you want to be successful, and we're going into 2026, you want to change something. Work on those things that you need to change. Work on the things that you want to change. Number 2, rid your life of negativity. Start with you. Number 3, go out of your way to be kind to someone. Number 4, build a strong support network. Number 5, eliminate the non-essentials. And last but not least, take small but concise steps. When you do this, ladies and gentlemen, when you make the effort to do this, you'll find yourself changing your life, and you'll be well on your way to success as you enter into the new year of 2026. I'm Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. Really appreciate that one. Mercy. What you identify, what you want and need to change. Most persons don't want to change. I should say, most persons don't like change. Even if they are doing things that are totally devastating for them.
Mm-hmm.
The change is the most difficult thing to do. So how do you let a person know that the only thing that they can do is change? How do you communicate that to a person? Because that is the hardest thing to do. So how do you help a person to want to change?
I have a friend, Dr. Derek, he used to always tell me, she said, I used to always say, oh, I'm so tired. I would say, I'm so tired of being like this. I'm so tired of going through this. And she would tell me, no, you're not. You're not tired. She said, when you get tired, when you truly get tired, you're going to do something about it. And we know the definition of insanity is when you do something, you want different results, but you do the same thing. That's the definition of insanity. I would point out to somebody who's in this situation, when the person continues to go through the same pitfall over and over again, I would take the time, if I truly love that person, I would take the time to sit them down and say, listen, here we are again. You're in the same situation. Aren't you tired? And when they admit that they're tired, and if it means that you have to take their hand, and maybe they don't even know what to do. Maybe they're in a situation where they truly don't know. That's where we talked about the council. We talked about having a network. You're part of that network. Let them know, hey, listen, if you truly want to get your finances together, let me help you find a financial planner. If you truly want to work on your weight, I'll start off with you. In other words, it's like, don't just give people advice, because people don't like that. I'm the kind of person, I don't want you just to give me advice. That's just me personally. I want you to be present. That's my personality. I want you to be present. Because, people like to tell you what to do and how to do it, then they walk away. They don't see the outcome. But if they're in and say, listen, let me help you on this journey. I see that you need help, because In my heart of hearts, Dr. Derek, I don't really believe that people want to be depressed or have addictions. Something happened in their lives that took them to that place. So something positive needs to happen to take them out of it. So to answer the question, just let them know, just point it out to them, because for the most part, most people do want to grow. Most people do want to have a fulfilled life. A lot of people are really hurting out here and they really just don't know what to do. So I would just say be present, point it out with kindness, but firm. You want to be firm about it. Listen, I love you, I care about you, but you continue going down this wrong path, it's going to do more harm. And you're already hurting. You're already in lack. Let's do something about it. So that's what I would do.
Mm.
And that's what I've done.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai. Um, let me let me put up the hands. Sorry about that. It wasn't up, so let me get it up and kicking so that people can raise their hands. All right. I see you, Queen Pastor Tony. Go ahead. And the hand is up, so who want to speak next can raise their hand.
Okay.
Over to you, Queen Pastor Tony.
Thank you, Dr. Derek, and good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, brand ambassador. I don't know if we're supposed to still use that terminology, but kings and queens, brand ambassadors, and Queen Dr. T. Excellent, excellent, excellent presentations. I could probably make a whole book of things that I need to change and be happy to change. And I'm one of those. I believe in always growing and always examining myself and pressing to change things, because none of us are perfect in all things. And every time we change, we're a new creature. And I really appreciate the list of things and changing, getting rid of negative words. I've been trying to, well, I've been working on that because I was one of those. I can't.
I can't.
I was a little used to drive my grandmother and everyone else nuts, and and my friend, my best friend, Dr. T, as well. So trying to get rid of some of that stuff, and making my lists, and trying to be as much of a help to others as well. And so I really appreciate all that you share, Dr. T, because I do apply. And for years, God has used her to be such a phenomenal speaker. And I've been at a lot of her engagements and things. And I still remember what you got in your hand. And, not only come out of the grave, but be loosed and all this other stuff. So I appreciate you, Dr. T, and I am blessed to be your best friend. Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
your blessed. Everybody listen, I'm her best friend.
Okay. Okay. I think they know. I think they know.
Really? Really?
Yep.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Pastor Tony. And you can use any name you want to use. It's legal names. It doesn't really matter. Don't know whoever want to be upset at whatever name you want to use, let them be upset. Doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you very much, Queen Pastor Tony. All right. So our First Lady Queen, Dr. Benny, I know she has something to say, and Queen Dr. Smiley brings a lot of energy to the whole mix. So go ahead, First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny.
Greetings, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. Hey, oh, what else can I say, man? Ah, happy Tuesday, my queens and kings. It's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces joining us this evening, this morning, afternoon. It all depends upon your location. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Before I proceed, as you all know, I want to take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and every one here. I also want to thank our Daddy, Jehovah. If it wasn't for our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufaria, we will not be here this evening. I would not even know who Queen Dr. T Ford is. You know, I want to thank God for waking us up this morning, taking us to our location. Thank you. Thank you so much, Queen Dr. T. I want to thank you for delivering such an inspiring mindset this evening. So I want to say your message challenge us to think differently, rise higher, and keep pushing forward, right? So we are so grateful for this energy and the motivation you are bringing to us, our Queen Dr. T. Thank you for your love. Thank you for always being here and to support King Dr. Derek. You are always here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So when it comes to this, your mindset, I love it. There are certain things that you said, you talk about how you feel about different race. Well, I do feel about certain races. So anyway, when it comes to my diet, I'm trying my best because you say it's internal, right? I am going to try to do what it takes to see if I can lose some weight. Eh? And I like the way you talk about the external. Like for people to change, change how you dress. Now, let's give an example. You go into an interview. I just found out that it's not really good. Pardon me, that's what I found out. That you should not wear black, right? When you go into an interview, it's good for you to put on blue suit, blue and white. That's what I heard. So I'm thinking that next time, I know that whenever I put on my blue and white, guess what? There was one white man. He saw me and said, "Man, I love your blue." I said, "You serious?" He was excited that, well, as we're talking about the race, right? A white man said, "I love your blue." I said, "You kidding me?" Anyway, they said in America, blue is really nice. I always see our president putting on blue and white suit. To tell you the truth, it looks elegant. And I respect, people may not like what I'm saying, but dressing matters a lot. It identifies you. When you are presenting, please forgive me, and I see you with t-shirt, me, I look at you like, oh, it doesn't matter the topic, right? When you are addressing the whole world, I expect you, when it comes to a company, I expect you to dress very well. You have to impress. I'm just going to give you one example. We do have manufacturers that they will come to our company and they're trying to, advertise their product. When they're coming, first, they are well dressed. You are enticing us. And then when they are presenting, their material, they will utilize a PowerPoint presentation because a lot of people, they want to see visual, right? So, I mean, that is my own take because I work professionally. I know
Mhm.
what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So no one can stop me if I try to tell you that, hey, man, when you are presenting, I expect you to look well, especially on YouTube, right? Come on now. Don't you want to look good advertising your product in a company? Come on now. Well, that's the way I am. So, hey, I just want to appreciate you for your mindset. And I believe that I will see you again. And happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you. May I make a comment? If you don't mind, Dr. Derek, may I make a comment? Okay. Um, I concur. I agree with you 1000%. I used to be an image consultant when we talked about color analysis and things like that. I used to also teach employability skills. I guess things have changed somewhat, but black, the color black, is a power color. It's a power color.
Okay.
So maybe things have changed because when I taught employability skills, it was like maybe like 20, almost 20 years ago. So maybe things have changed. But I do agree that blue, navy blue, blue is a beautiful color with the red tie, things like that, and especially for women. You know, when you go on interviews, it's very nice to wear blues, your grays, your blues, and stay away from flashy colors like reds and orange and things like that. Depending on what kind of job you're going for. Like if you, where you're working, yes, you're right. But if you're going for a job which you deal with fashion, things like that, then it may be okay to be a little flashy. You know what I'm saying? Just so that people can see that you understand how colors work and things like that. But let me make a comment about that, about our image. And some of you may be offended by this. That's not my heart, but I'm like you, Dr. Benny. I'm going to speak my heart. When we go to church, this is one of my pet peeves, and Tony knows this. When we go to church, I see a lot of women who look frumpy. Now you may say, what is that frumpy? That means they look like they're thrown away. And you know it really bothers me, Dr. Derek? I'm going to say this for you, Dr. Derek. They're married. These women are married. And I feel like when you go to church, you're going to serve the King of Kings. None of you would go to England to visit the King of England and come in there with a blue jeans on and t-shirt, would you? You would not. You would not. You wouldn't even get past the front. You wouldn't even get inside the gate. You wouldn't even get inside the courtroom, the court. But yet we go to church to serve the King of Kings. We come in with shorts on, flip-flops, t-shirts, caps. I'm talking about in the sanctuary. I'm talking about the women. I'm not talking about the men. And a lot of these women are married. So Dr. Derek, I mean, back me up on this. I'm pretty sure that when Queen Miriam steps out with you, she does not look like she's thrown away. She looks like she belongs to someone. Am I right or wrong, Dr. Derek? Help me out. Help me out. She looks like she belongs to someone.
Definitely.
Okay? That's my whole point.
She belongs to me.
That's right. And see, and that's what I'm saying. So you're right, Dr. Derek. So my point is that how are you married? And you come to church looking like you're thrown away, you're frumpy, you don't honor God. And see, people get mad at me about that. I've even gone to the pastor and say, listen, you know, you have people in your church that look frumpy. And I always try to carry myself like a lady. Tony will tell you, we go to the same church. And I try to be an example. But it bothers me when people are like, wow, serve the King of Kings. You know, I'm like, a few guys over in a dress, a skirt, and a blouse. Pick that. You look like you're frumpy. You let God says come as you are. But He says stay as you are. Right? I didn't want to make that statement about how important your image is. And when you're going to draw the world, you're going to draw people who are ungodly, why should they change when you look like them? Many of you look just like them. So that's one of my pet peeves, and I agree with you. You know, the image, clothes do make the man. I know you may say, well, some people walk around, they have those suits and everything, and they're evil people. That's fine. But I'm pretty sure if you have a daughter and somebody was coming to date your daughter, and he came in with a baseball cap turned backwards, a t-shirt that was all raggedy, pants hanging off his behind, he might be the greatest guy in the world. But you would not feel like that if he came to date your daughter, would you? But now the same guy who's the greatest guy in the world, if he took the time to put on a nice pair of Dockers, a nice shirt, it could be a t-shirt, a nice shirt, clean shoes. They could be gym shoes, but clean shoes. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind if that guy rung your doorbell and said, I'd like to date your daughter. See, it makes your image is very important. And we downplay that. We downplay that. And you should not downplay that. And that's the society we live in. So I just wanted to bring that. I wanted to let you know I honor you, Dr. Benny. I honor you, Dr. Derek. Thank you for letting me share that. It's not my heart to offend anybody, but we need to realize that your image is important. How people perceive you. And sometimes you only have one time to make a good impression. One time. You may get another chance. So I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you so much for allowing me to share that. Thank you.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Most definitely. Um, you know, I I like when women put themselves together. In in Jamaica we say kaba kaba. The kaba kaba dressing. We don't into that. No, not at all. Simple, that's good for me. Simple. All right. And cover up. Cover. Listen, when you talk about the king in England, when Beyonce and all of those ladies that normally have their leg and breast out, when they were going to the queen wedding, the 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 the, the wedding there. Um, what's her name again? Queen. Oh Lord. A couple few years ago, when the Queen of England was getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember
I
her
knew you
name.
talking about.
It's Queen Elizabeth
Mm-hmm.
or Queen Diana or something like that.
Oh, Diana? Diana? Yeah, Diana? Queen Diana?
Diana. Queen
Okay.
Diana. Um, it was all of those, most of those entertainers went, and it was jaw dropping to actually see them covering up to the neck and covering up way down them to them ankle. It was unbelievable. I said, them can't dress like that. I didn't know. Um, you know. So they can have this great respect for the Queen's wedding. But yes, just as you say, if they're going to church, you know, leg out, breast out, everything out. And you wonder, you know, you really wonder sometimes. And especially as a man, we are visual,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and that is why before before I got married, I would sit at least either the first pew, the second pew, and the furthest I will go is the third pew. Less distraction. Because I tell you, some ladies come to church, come to the sanctuary, and it's just a distraction. It's really just a distraction. Nothing else. Nothing else. And so I just sit where I have less distraction. So, you're right. That's how the sanctuaries are right across the globe. Um, It's not cultural anymore. It's just everybody getting into that habit of dropping it like it hot. That's just where we are. Anyway, thank you very much for that, Queen, Dr. T, and you know, really appreciate. Queen Violet, I see you have your hand up on mute and speak your mind.
I'm not sure where I unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Oh, okay. Because there's a few places here I can unmute, and it's like, which one do I push? About the dress in church, I find that people that come that don't regularly go to church, they don't know how to dress because they've never been in church. They they think they're coming to a club or something. And if it doesn't change over time, then I have a chat with them. Or I have someone have a chat with them, because like you said, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, half the time I'm asking people like, so I guess business was good today, eh? And they'll look at me and they'll say, what do you mean by that? And I'll say, you look like a prostitute, for Pete's sakes. And so they kind of like, huh? And I says, look at yourself. Like, you're out walking around, I'm for sale. Come and get it. And so, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little blunt. And yeah. So I find if they come in the first time, they've never been in church, then they don't know how to dress. They're taking a guess. And our church, we do the ripped jeans. Oh, I can't stand that. The jeans that most of those, I just ask them, like, what happened? How come your jeans are so ripped? Where'd you go? and then they tell me, oh, I did that on purpose. And I look at them and I say, why? Oh, anyway. And the tattoos, that's another one. You can't even see skin. Tattoos everywhere. Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth.
And Queen Violet, I concur, because I agree. But see, we're talking about people. You're talking about people who don't know any better. I'm talking about people who've been in the church for years.
Yeah, well, I've seen those too. I've seen those. Those are the ones I ask how was business today? Because then they, if they don't get it, they I don't know.
Wow.
It just blows me away.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Over to you, Dr. Derek.
All right. I think I saw First Lady hand was up also. You still want to speak?
Yes, please. I want to concur with Queen Dr. T. Ford, and I believe Queen Violet. When it comes to this dressing, especially in church, I notice that the women, they put on short dress, and then pretty soon, like when they're walking around, they're dragging. See, they're dragging because they want to make sure that it touches their knee, right? But they walk around without. I mean, the dress is too short, and it's like they're trying to show their body to the pastor or something. So, what I expect pastors to do, because it's their church, they should stop this type of women coming into that church. That's the way I feel. I mean, if they want to do it because their church, because most of the time, women are the one giving money into the church, right? So pastors, some of them may not care, but if it is your church and you're here for our Heavenly Father, I expect you to dress very well. And when it comes to those jeans, I will send them out. I mean, they should ask someone to just stand in front of the door when the entrance, like when you're coming in and you are not well dressed, especially putting on shorts. I mean, short dressing. It is not nice. You have married women behaving that way as well. There are a lot of women that I have seen and I've noticed. People have been telling that particular woman to say, hey, could you please put on something longer? But the husband cannot say anything. I think maybe he's really afraid of her. But I think women should, women should dress well. Yeah.
Yes.
I concur with you all. I don't
Mhm.
like to see. But now, when it comes to our King Dr. Derek, you guys notice the way he dresses, right?
Mhm.
And he has never stopped. I love the way he dresses, and I expect, well, I mean, I'm sorry that I'm blunt, right? But
Mhm.
I tell you, Hoha, that when you address, look, when you are doing presentation, right? You don't need to put on suit. It's not, just put on, you can even go to a thrift store and just buy a shirt. It's okay. Have you guys seen our CEO? I mean, I know everybody have seen him, right? Do you guys
Mhm.
notice, especially when he put on his white shirt? Papa Gote. Wonderful. I mean, when he is presenting or talking about this company or about what Victory with Ash, you will know that looking at him, and then with the rest of the members, you will know that he is the CEO. Oh, I'm telling you, I see it, and that is me. All right, but thank you so much for the opportunity, King Dr. Derek and Queen Dr. T. I appreciate you with this amazing topic.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Queen Benny. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Benny. Really appreciate, and thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. All right, I don't see any more hands. And so moving right along, we are going to get into the second presentation. And of course, it is none other than the cybersecurity. And from once you are online, this presentation is of tantamount importante, very important. And the person that will do the presentation, she has been working in this field. She has her doctorate in this field of cybersecurity. So it's not a dibby um, pie in the sky type of presentation. It is done by careful research and more research. So without any further ado, our international speaker that has been doing this now over 3 years. And we thank her very much for the cybersecurity informations that she has been giving us over the years. So if you haven't seen, please go to the varied YouTube channels and you will see all the varied presentation. I think right now we are up to 41, if I'm not mistaken, and that is just this year alone. And we are up to 41 presentations, or 40 or 41 presentations. So, without any further ado, our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny. Over to you.
Thank you so much. As you talk about the cybersecurity, and I'm bringing it back to a small business again. I wish I did that research. Queen Dr. T, I think you should really, really give me the topic that you were talking about so I can go and do my research on it. But this one is like how artificial intelligence is transforming cybersecurity for small businesses. Transforming is changing, right? Transforming is like changing. So, according to this particular individual, the CEO, his name is Do Esna. He is the CEO and the co-founder of Guess. Guess is a company that is creating the digital world for small and medium-sized businesses. Uh, he make us to understand that imagine a small business owner opens a laptop. You open your laptop, either small or large laptop, and you find out a critical data held by ransom. What will you do? So this is not real. When it comes to the occurrence, 33% of the small businesses, they do face cyber attacks in the past year, resulting financial and reputational damages. So modern attacks or attackers are increasingly utilizing hard to dictate techniques by designing or to outsmart traditional dictation method. So as cyber threat grow more sophisticated, businesses must pivot to advance the technology and in order to really stand a chance. All right. So not only do small businesses frequent lack of personal and expertise to properly handle these challenges. You can have the business, but there are certain challenges that some small business owners, they cannot handle. But they must also contend with the fact that traditional cybersecurity method of fragmented tools are often insufficient. Small to medium businesses or medium size simply can't afford longer incident response.
Mm.
You know, an incident, as you know, that when you leave your house, incident can occur anywhere in your own house, right? You don't even know. When you're stepping out, you don't know whether you will come back, right? Things happen. That is why most of the time I said, well, before we leave the house, we should really pray. We should pray. And when you're leaving this house, you can say, my Father, Jehovah, could you please lead the way? So, like as myself, I know that I'm not a business owner, but when I'm rushing out of this house to my job, I will run. As you know, I'm short, right? But so I'm running and I ask God to help me. I say, I wish I have long legs, you know, just to run because you see the light is turning red. Pretty soon it's turning green. I say, Father, please, I just want to go and touch that elevator quickly. So when I call his name, to tell you the truth, despite the fact that I have my short legs, but he is willing, he did help me. And I was able to touch that elevator on time so that I can be at work by 8 a.m. So just to let you know that, like I said, there is always incidents. We don't know. Things happen. We just have to believe that we have our Heavenly Father. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence may solve some problems. So it is a central focus foiling the next generation. As you and I know that we cannot stop artificial intelligence. It's here to stay. As you know, is taking some jobs, right? Um, but we just have to continue to study, right? So this particular individual, the CEO, said that he has worked with many managed service providers and also small to medium-sized businesses hoping to harness artificial intelligence. So when it comes to the technology, he stated that he has seen them deliver the technology so they deliver smarter and faster, more comprehensive cybersecurity. That's what he says. So, but hopefully one day we're going to learn more about it. So, what are the challenges that the managed service providers they are facing at the moment? They said in terms of businesses which are being employed to manage the security in lieu of in-house cybersecurity team, the managed service providers on the front line of their defending small to medium-sized businesses against evolving arrays of the cyber attacks. Cyber attacks are out there. They are doing everything when it comes to ransom to small businesses, right? Yes. So when it comes to another downside of this is that many tools approaches is that it generates burdensome among the data, which is when data is like information, right? Leading to alert fatigue and with the potential in miss essential information. So we did talk about the incident response, right? So artificial intelligence and incident response. So one solution to this issue is that artificial intelligence, as you know, it is being powered. Also, it unifies the detection response in an integral approach that will combine multiple security technologies and the process into a single cohesive system when it comes to dictating and responding. Also, trying to fix that problem, the threat that is occurring. So the standard security solution cannot really respond to the threat immediately. You know, sometimes people are expecting that it's going to happen right now. It takes some time also to respond. So artificial intelligence now will it it enables dictation and response in a near real time by helping small to medium-sized businesses that save them to fix the problem faster. That's what they say. And that is what the CEO of this company stated. So unlike methods that rely on human intervention, artificial intelligence based detection now can continuously monitoring, right? It will monitor the network traffic, then the user's behavior, as well as the system lock. The system lock quickly in order to identify the potential attack and in order to also adapt into the threat in a real time. So by automating these processes, artificial intelligence power detection, it does response also unite with a fragment of security platform by delivering a comprehensive defense. One critical aspect of this improvement is the what? Unification of threat intelligence across different security tools and processes. So when it comes to these small business and medium size, so artificial intelligence look at the uh, small business, small, medium to business entirely when it comes to the security posture historically by reducing the fragmentation and automating the response as well as creating the security environment that doesn't burn out. You know, there are certain environment that burnt out employees, right? So the artificial intelligence is doing something that it will not burn out the employees. There are employees that they work so hard, right? Some of them, they work day and night. But nowadays, pretty soon, there will be a way that artificial intelligence will be able to help some of the employees, letting them not to fall or crack, right? So additionally, artificial intelligence can also allow rapid remediation in order to improve the recovery and to stay ahead of the threat that otherwise paralyze small to medium-sized businesses operation. For instance, when a threat is being detected, this system now can automatically execute the containment action by isolating the affected system or blocking the malicious IP address, right, without the need of a human action, and reducing what the windows of the opportunity for attackers. So this also stands now to minimize the damage that will accelerate the recovery effort. uh, Something happens when it comes to breaking through the barriers of the artificial intelligence. Despite the promise, artificial intelligence isn't a turkey solution, especially for small businesses. So many managed service providers and also small to medium-sized businesses, they face barriers when trying to implement artificial intelligence power security tools. So one major hurdles is that at, artificial intelligence need quality input to deliver the value. As you know, when it comes to artificial intelligence, the programmers are the one programming the artificial intelligence or machine learning in order to do the work. If you don't understand, if you don't know what to do, like I said, if you are a programmer, you really need to know what you're doing, because you are programming artificial intelligence to do certain things for you, and you have to do it well. Sometimes, most of us, we are afraid of certain things that will be happening pretty soon when it comes to this artificial intelligence. But hopefully, they'll be well trained talking about the robots. Okay, they will be trained very well. And pretty soon, you and I will one day get used to the environment of artificial intelligence. So as a result, they depend heavily on the pre-trained system, right? So when it comes to the implementation, it's going to be added to the another layer of complexity, which is going to require time, expertise, and also integration further by increasing the reliance on the managed service provider in order to select the right tool. You and I, we don't know the tool yet, but they will be the one, uh, like I said, the programmer will program that tool. Program the artificial intelligence, and they will let us know when the time is right. So trust and privacy will also trust. There's always privacy, right? To present another challenge. When it comes to artificial intelligence, the decision can be feel opaque, especially when systems take automated actions like isolating devices or blocking your accounts. So without clear reasoning, the visibility into how the conclusion are being reached, business owners may hesitate now to rely on these type of tools. So to be effective, um, artificial intelligence need to be more transparent, easier to adopt, and to design with a real world constraint of when it comes to small business, small to medium sized businesses. So when it comes in conclusion, like securing the future, artificial intelligence in action Now, when it comes to our small to medium-sized businesses, they are the blood of our economy. There are a lot of people like you guys that you have your own business, right?
Mhm.
So by embracing artificial intelligence power with the cybersecurity, these businesses and managed service providers that support them can now turn to tight against the cybercrime in order to help the foundation of our community. Now, artificial intelligence is already playing a critical role in securing some businesses from rapidly evolving with the cyber threat landscape. Now, this result is a more unified, swifter, and more proactive when it comes to cybersecurity approach at the cutting edge of the online. You know, everything is online, right? Small businesses play a big role in our daily lives
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
our wider economy. They deserve what? Protection. Yeah, man. They deserve protection. And it's coming. Thank you so much for listening, my queen.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, especially for small business. Wonderful, wonderful. It's very important. And most of us is if we have not been there or going there, and if we are not there already, is hoping to head there and will be heading there, owning your own business. All right. So very important to have foreknowledge, right? You might not be running the security programs, but at least when you have the knowledge of it, then it's a little more difficult for people to spin you around. All right. So thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Queen Dr. T. Go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Excellent presentation, Dr. Benny. My question is, we have a nonprofit, and I've been watching some YouTube advertisements, and they're talking about classes that you can take. They say if you want to change your business structure and be more successful, give us 28 days, and they're going to teach you different aspects of uh, artificial intelligence. Do you think that you can learn and have a full grasp of artificial intelligence in such a short time, or is it going to take months and years to really fully understand the scope of it? You understand my question?
Yes, when it comes to me, I think it's going to take a longer time because 1 month, 2 months, someone like me, no, it would take me some time in order for me to really understand the full scope of artificial intelligence when it comes to small businesses.
Okay, but but what about this is what my concern is too. You mentioned about at some point AI is going to be taking over jobs. What
Mhm.
can we do, Dr. Benny, to prepare? Like for me being the CEO, of course I'm not savvy in that. I'm being introduced to it. So what do I need to do personally to make sure that my business can run efficiently? Do I need to hire someone who is AI savvy to be a part of our team?
Yes, please. If you do have the money, you can do that to hire someone who understands AI. Because as for me, I don't know too much about AI.
Okay.
I have to start from the beginning, like to know the history of AI and to know just to find out again how do people like you feel about AI. We need to think about all those. But there are people who are very knowledgeable. And as for me, if I have a small business, I will hire somebody who is more knowledgeable. But if you really want to study because you want to save money, it will take some time for you to really understand the full scope of artificial intelligence.
Right. Okay. Okay. Because I know it's not. I know it's not going anywhere. I think it's fascinating. I'm not threatened by it. I'm just concerned about where it's going to lead. That's my concern. It's like where's all this taking us? Are we going to be caught with our pants down one day? It's like that. You understand where I'm going with that? It's like maybe Dr. Derek can help me with this question. Where do you foresee this going in terms of even what's going on? If I'm not just trying to get all deep and spiritual, but when we're talking about prophecy and end times and things like that, I mean, where do you see this going in terms of this AI? Is it going to be something that in our lifetime that's going to be beneficial, or is it going to actually be more harmful than good? What do you think? Anybody, Dr. Derek, Dr. Benny, what do you think? Do you understand my question?
Sure.
Okay.
Personally speaking, it's basically just like the antediluvian world. And if you read um, if you read um, hold on, give me a minute. Go ahead, Dr. Ben.
Excuse me. If you don't mind, could you please just repeat the question again?
Where are we going? Where's AI in the near future? Where do you foresee AI taking us? Is it going to be a threat to us? Is it going to do more harm than good? Right
No,
now, it's attractive. Everybody's excited about it for the most part. But where do you foresee it taking us?
it's not going to be a threat to us. The way I look at it,
Okay.
it's going to really help some of us, and there will be an opportunity that we will have jobs when it comes to artificial intelligence. But there are certain jobs that it will take away from us. And some of us now, especially the not really, or not really the cashiers, but I think the lawyers or some other people, they, profession, they need to start studying something different. Study more, because I want to know more about artificial intelligence, right? I want to know where it will be leading us to. So the most important thing for you and I, when it comes to technology, we have to learn. Because if you don't learn any new technology that is coming up, you will suffer. You having that small business, it will be beneficial for you to understand what artificial intelligence is all about. Is it going to come here to protect us? Is there any way what we can do to help our employees? So, like you stated from the beginning, is it whether it is good to to employ someone who is more knowledgeable than you? Yes, and if you have that money, being a small business person, um, it will be beneficial for you.
Okay. Okay.
If I could
I'm
just
willing to study more. Go ahead, Dr. Derek.
Go ahead, Dr. Derek.
if I could just put in, yeah, I want to address this point. I see Dr. Patient and maybe there are others, but it's raining, and so I need to go to the train station to get my beloved wife. So please, if you could just continue the conversation. It's not far. It's about 2 blocks or 3 blocks, um, the train station. So just give me a few and I'll be right back. Thank you very much. And just continue with the conversation. I have something to say about it.
Okay.
I'll be back soon.
Okay,
Okay.
sure, sure.
And the other question
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I wanted to add to that conversation, Dr. T. Good evening, everybody. So
Good
with
evening.
every new technology, a skill set people have to learn new skill set, because at the end of the day, we have human beings still have to do something for the artificial intelligence, right? It's still coding. Somebody has to put something inside. So yes, some people will lose their job, that particular job, but they have to do change their skill set. Remember when we were moving to oil and gas, the miners were all complaining because they now most of them maybe they were going out of job, but what they had to do is to learn another skill set. So we'll have to start thinking and start positioning our skill set appropriately. Yes, some of the jobs that normally, like as Queen Debbie always bring the example of cashiers. She always bring that particular example, if I remember. And they have not taken all the cashiers out yet, because sometimes even go some of the self checkout, they will need somebody to at least help you. Sometimes it doesn't work all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but they don't need a lot of human cashiers anymore, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
what they're saying. That is a skill set. So as the awareness is for us to know that okay, it's coming, it's going to automate some things. So it will help. Actually, it will help some of our jobs for us to be more efficient, right? Yes, it will take some people's job away. It will make some people's job easier. So the awareness, this conversation is good because being aware, if you are doing a particular job now, you start thinking, okay, maybe I need to change my skill set. Don't wait until you get up one morning, because robots can do your job and you don't have a job. So you start thinking, okay, what new skill set can I learn? Maybe you learn now to be the one that will program the the machine learning programming, right? So yes, even though it is kind of concerning, but we have to think about where we are at currently with artificial intelligence take over us completely. I know a lot of people in the data analysis field are thinking that, but at the end of the day, garbage in, garbage out, right? What you program is what the machine is going to learn and spill out. So there will still need humans to check what we've put there, but
Absolutely.
needing less of them. I think that's really what it is.
Absolutely.
So we have to really start changing our skill set. Thanks, Dr. Benny. Always about thank you, Dr. T, for this question as well.
Thank you so much, Queen Dr. P. We appreciate you. Uh, Thank you for your love and support. So, Queen Dr. T, there are certain jobs that the artificial intelligence will take, like the manufacturing jobs, machine operation, product handling, testing, packaging, the retail and commercial roles like customer service. You notice because I just called. Hold on, let me tell you. So I was trying to pay my bill, right? They have programmed this artificial intelligence. Sometimes I say, "What did you say?" Oh, so I got so angry. Please pardon me. Okay, yesterday I paid my bill. Okay, and they said they gave me the confirmation number, but something happened that I wanted to continue to say something. They cut me off. So today I decided that I wanted to call back the bank. And when I call artificial intelligence, they have really programmed them. Oh man, I was so pissed. Really. So they want you to give your date of birth. They want you to give your 4 digit. No, is it like when it comes to your social security, they want you to give your last 4 digit, right? Okay, I did. I gave it. And then they asked me for my date of birth, and I gave it. So what I'm saying is that it has been programmed. So, but there was something that I said. The machine says something that, what did you say? Oh, I was so pissed. I said, I need a human being. I was mad. But there's nothing I could do. But at the end, the machine said, so you want to speak to an associate, right? I said, right. Oh, I was just mad.
Yeah.
Well,
But
then I was able to speak to the associate. And
But see, their program, Dr. Benny, their program, when you come online like that, I have the same experience with the my telephone carrier and my internet. Their program, and they say, well, how can I help you? And you'll say, speak to a representative. And they'll say to you, okay, but if you tell me what it is, I can help you with that. So you go through this whole long script, and you have to keep insisting, speak to a representative. But they still insist. They say, would you like me to send you? I can send you a text. Want me to send you an email to handle that information for you? I can pay your bill. Tell me what it is that you want, and I can help you with that. It's like it's very frustrating, especially for our generation, the baby boomers, Generation X. They're going to be older. With the children that we have now, they're in their 20s and their early 30s. They'll be adaptable because they're getting used to all this. But the older women, the older people, it's like it's how do you handle that? That's the issue that I'm concerned about. How do we handle that?
The only thing,
and like you said, even the manufacturers for vehicles, they can easily replace people. People are going to be out of a job. All they need is artificial intelligence to assemble the cars. And right now, our nation, most of the economy, especially Michigan, is automotive. That's who we are, automotive. Can you imagine all the people that will lose their jobs when AI takes over?
Mm-hmm. That is why Queen Dr. P said we have to learn more skills, right? Mm-hmm. That's what she said. So another one is transport and logistic jobs, human drivers being replaced through autonomous vehicles, such as what are we already seeing? Wyoming. Then you have data entry. So those who don't want to go to school, you better go and learn more skills, because those who are doing data entry, analysis, visualization jobs, AI is going to take over. Financial analysts and projection roles, AI is going to take it. Travel agent, translators, tax preparer, and entry level bookkeeping. But there will be time that when it comes to some of us that we used to work in nursing homes, let me just say, if you are the owner of one of the nursing homes, you will want to train a robot to somehow take care of the patient. Remember, I told you from the beginning that there are certain hospitals that they have already trained the robots now to go and give medication, right? So remember, during winter, winter, most of our, please forgive me, most of our Americans, because I used to work in a nursing home, they will not want to go. All right. So if a robot is being trained, that robot will be able to feed those patients because you refuse to go to work. It's coming. Get ready. So let us, those who are doing data entry, please upgrade your skills. And those who are in the nursing home, because some of them, they have been there for 26 years or more, and they brag about it. Look, I've been here for this long. I say, really? So you cannot even upgrade yourself? Artificial intelligence or the robot, they will train that robot to do something to those patients. So let's do what it takes now to upgrade our skills. Artificial intelligence is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. Thank you.
Yes. I concur. Yes.
Oh, Queen Tony, I know you wanted to say something. Could you please unmute yourself and proceed?
Waiting for Queen Tony. Can I say something?
Yeah, man. Queen Dr. Nadu.
Yeah. Okay. We always love your topics. anything that is new is sometimes scary. The fear to use AI is there. The first time I call to book an appointment to see my doctor, and is the artificial intelligence that answer the machine, I'm like, oh my God. And when I say my name, he has asked me for my ID and so many things. And say, what time is the appointment? I gave it, and it's like, okay, from this time to this time, it will be all right. I'm like, okay. And basically, I have a call the day before my appointment, and I didn't have that call. In the morning, I was so scared that I spoiled everything. But no, I have a text message saying that as I was scheduled to see the doctor at this time, and then I'm like, whoa. And little by little, I start trusting the process. Now, when I enter and they say, okay, can I help you? I no longer say I want to talk to a representative or something, because it takes so long, and sometimes they are so angry and tired about their job. Basically, around 12, when you call, people are hungry. They don't ask good. But AI, no, always nice with you, always. So I'm going to say today, when it comes to customer service, I like AI than human.
Wow. Good
Yeah,
job.
they gotta say thank you. Anything they told them, they will respect that. And when they finish, if they have to say thank you or ask you if you have more questions, they will do it. But the
Absolutely.
human, they gotta clock that on your your ear. They gotta ask you so many things, like, they are being rude to you. Since I started using AI, no, nada. So we need to change our attitude. If we teach a machine to be nice, and we are telling people all the time to be nice, and we cannot be, so it's not the machine who got to do the best job. We need to be there. Come back to what Dr. T was saying. We don't need to just talk. Let's be the example. It's easier. It's easier. You don't even have to open your mouth to teach when you are giving the best of you and be a model. So that's all I want to say. AI is here to stay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, your input as well. Thank you, Queen Dr. P, for your support and your input. Queen
Tony.
Queen Pastor Tony, could you please? We are here for you. Thank you so much. We love you.
I had just wanted to say great presentation. And I think when Dr. T asked her question, you kind of answered mine. But I do have another question. The products that, well, first of all, the on-passive products, we still have those, right? Or no?
Well, we do, but we are
They're going to be
we're not going to use them anymore. We're not going to
okay.
use it, but I don't want to give you any wrong answer. I think King Dr. Dere will give you the answer.
Okay. Well, actually, my question was the products that we will eventually be using, they are AI based, right?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That was my question.
Oh yeah, because as you know, when they started this company, it deals with artificial, all power by artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Mhm.
And I believe
Uh-huh.
it's going to continue. But King Dr.
Okay.
Derek
Great.
will give us the answer.
Okay. Thank you.
We love you.
Oh,
I love
what
you guys
question was that
too.
now?
She was talking about are we go ahead, Queen Pastor Tony.
The products that we will be using in our new company, they're going to be IA or AI.
AI.
I'm sorry.
AI.
Yeah, I knew
Pass
it
the
was
whooping
AI,
hour.
but sometimes it comes out wrong. But AI based. Did I say that right? Yeah, it is going to. They are going to be AI based, right? I mean, we having to keep up with new technology and everything.
Yes, well, I mean, as we know, when from on passive, all products was built with AI. I don't see, well, we just have to wait to see what Ash actually says, but I'm not seeing any business that is coming out in the 21st century that is going to be without AI. It will be just a normal product integrated in any business that is coming out in the 21st century. Okay, that will be just normal. All right. So we are not sure. We still have to wait on Ash Mufari, but as we know, um, from on passive days, that the products was with AI. All right, and that's how he intend to build. Because that's the best way to build any product or any industry today. That's the best way to build. All right. It runs
Okay.
better. It runs more efficient. It runs better. Back to the earlier discussion or the question that Dr. T asked, right? How does it relate, especially AI relates with the word and with the end time that we are looking into? Now, prophecy is not studied much by even Christians, person who believe in Christ. But Daniel 8:14, which is the longest time prophecy on the
Mm.
planet, right? It gives you the full spectrum from Nebuchadnezzar time, when Nebuchadnezzar had that dream, and he dreamed of this image, head of gold, blah blah blah, right? And that give the full spectrum of from Nebuchadnezzar time all the way down to when Jesus Christ will come. That rock that was hewn out without hands, and it smashed the image, and etc. So when we study that prophecy, Daniel 2, right? Daniel 2 and Daniel 3. I think the answer is in Daniel 3 when Daniel was actually answered. But Daniel 2 mainly, Daniel 2, Daniel 7, Daniel 8, and Daniel 9. Those are complementary to Daniel 2. Daniel 2, Daniel 7, Daniel 8, and Daniel 9. Those are complementary when you are studying end time prophecy, right? And then now you can couple that with Revelation 14, Revelation 8, Revelation 14, and Revelation 18, right? Now, when we look at the antediluvian world. The antediluvian world, if you remember, well, it's not much that you get really and truly, um, because from Genesis 1 to about Genesis 6 or Genesis 7, right? Just those 6 or 7 chapters covers approximately 2,000 years of Earth's history, because
Mm,
from creation to the flood is the first 2,000 years.
mm,
From the flood to Jesus Christ is
mm-hmm,
another 2,000 years.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
from Jesus Christ to
Now,
where we are now is
yep, 2000.
approximately another 2,000 years.
Yes.
All right. So, um, opposed to popular um, knowledge that the earth is millions and millions and some say even billions of years. No, mm-mm. Just approximately 6,000 years, well, for those of us who believe in creation, right? From once you believe in creation, then from Adam to Noah, the flood, approximately 2,000. From Noah to Jesus Christ, approximately 2,000 years. And from Jesus Christ to where we are now, approximately 2,000 years. All right. So when we look at AI, the technology, and the Bible describes that actually, by saying knowledge is going to increase. And of course, we can see that knowledge is really on the increase. Okay, because flying car and people going to moon and all of those things and what have you, and autonomous vehicles and all of those things happening now. People talking, you know, when Nebuchadnezzar sending a letter to another state, just another state, it might take 2 3 weeks just for that message to go from one state. In other words, if you are in Florida and you are sending a letter to Georgia, it would take approximately 2 or 3 weeks just for them to get that letter or that communique, right? Now, by the press of a few buttons, in a few seconds, you can be speaking to someone across the globe, not in the next state, but across the globe. All right. And so technology plays a significant role in that aspect. And so artificial intelligence is no different. When we look at where it is going, though, unfortunately, it is going in the same direction as the antediluvian world. Now,
Mm,
much is not given in the Bible about the antediluvians, but when God, and this was something that I didn't understand, or I didn't comprehend properly, um, you know, up to maybe 5 years ago, right? Approximately maybe 5 or 7 years ago, when this was said by God Himself, that um, it is when the earth people were sinful continuously. See it here, Genesis 6 and verse 5. Genesis 6 and verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continuously. That was the state of the antediluvian world. Because I used to wonder, just 8 people, 8 was saving that big ark? You mean nobody was curious as to what is happening, what's going down? But we have to understand that men at that time in life, they were doing what we do today. They were engrafting people. Yes, we engraft plants and those things, and we perfect it. But they were engrafting people. So when you hear about half man and half horse, that's not a myth.
Hmm.
That was the level. That was the level of perverseness that men was doing back then. The level
Wow.
of perverseness. Okay. And so when you talk about Genesis 10, and you read that whole aspect of Nimrod, right? Nimrod, and this was a little after the flood. Nimrod became a mighty hunter before the Lord, meaning that he was defiant. So that same defiance that the antediluvians world had is the same defiance that Nimrod created in himself. And that was why he built that Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel was 3 times the height of the Burj Khalifa. And as we know, the Burj Khalifa is little over half a mile. Can you imagine looking at a building little over half a mile in the air? Maybe Queen Dr. Patience can tell us how that did look. I think she went there. Um, you know, but consider, before God put a stop to the um the Tower of Babel, we're talking about 1.5 mile up in the air. That's where they were before God put a stop to it.
Wow.
So they would have gone further. They would have gone further, but God put a stop to it. Which means, which means they were actually, they were actually um above the first layer of clouds. That's how high they were. They were above. Those were the things that they were doing, right?
My
And
God.
so the heart of men is just wicked. And so we are heading into that direction now. If you notice, everything now is a Tower of Babel, basically. Skyscrapers, skyscrapers, skyscrapers. And every person want to get a taller one. That's one of the crave, to get a taller building up in the sky. That's one of the things. And that's the same thing back then, same thing even now. All right. With artificial intelligence again, they are creating human beings, basically. And that's, you see, that's always the goal. How can I create a man? That's always the mindset of humanity, to create a man. So the antediluvians were experimenting with themselves. The antediluvians were experiment with themselves and with other creatures, and all of these things, DNA and all of these things, exploded. Same thing they are doing now today, because I don't know if you ever see RoboCop. Anybody ever watch that movie, RoboCop? RoboCop, yes, beautiful. Most people watch RoboCop, right? You see, That's where we want to go, you know. Part man, part machine. So that, and that's what we're trying to do when we have artificial intelligence and machine learning. That's where it is, you know. The machine learning aspect of it now. That is where you're talking about trying to build a human being that can think for themselves, that can at some point have emotions, that you give them a joke and them laugh. You tell them say your father dead and them cry. That's where they're going. All right. And so when you see these things, Matthew 24 tell us to look up. When we see these things, Matthew 24 tell us to look up, because that's the only place for redemption. Only place. All right. So we are in the phases of wrapping up this world. God is in the phases of wrapping up this world, because it's just sinning continuously. It is just wickedness continuously. Just like in the antediluvian time, it's the same thing now. When you have a man or a little boy, a 14-year-old boy, going to go to a school and shoot it up, anybody dead there. Wickedness continuously. That's us where we are. Where we are. And so artificial intelligence, yes, as everyone said, it's here to stay um, until God comes, which is the second coming of Christ, and that's where we are headed as we speak. So study, as I said, Daniel 3, Daniel 2, Daniel 7, Daniel 8, Daniel 9, and Revelation 8, Revelation 14, Revelation 18. Study those together. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. All right. Any other questions or comment or anything? All right. So everybody good. All right. So at this time, we're just going to ask Queen Dr. T to give us her final.
Thank you so much again, Dr. Derek, and thank you for that wonderful explanation. Wonderful, as you say, wonderful, wonderful, powerful. But anyway, I really do appreciate you all allowing me to present this evening. We are going into a new year, and I hope our goal is to go into the new year with a different mindset, different goals, different desires, being motivated to actually, live out the design that God has given us. So I believe that if we follow these 6 tips that I shared with you all, you can begin to see positive changes as you go into the new year. Change is not always easy. It's not, it's not always easy because you have to, it starts right here, being able to think differently. And sometimes it's hard to come out of that mold. But again, we talked about what is insanity. When you're trying to achieve a goal and you continue to do the same thing, but you're still getting the same results, that should tell you something. That means if you have to just sit back and, and look at the situation and say, you know what, this is not what I want. That means you need to regroup. Even if you have to change your network, even if you have to change your vocabulary, even if you have to change how you treat your body, whatever it may be, let it be a time when you can actually say to yourself, I really want to do what God has called me to do. You heard what Dr. Derek said, where we're going with AI. AI may be here to stay, but God has never left. He's the same yesterday, today, and he'll be the same tomorrow. And that should be our focus. And I believe that if we actually capitalize on these 6 tips to identify and understand what you want and need to change, rid your life of negativity, starting with yourself. Go out of your way to be kind to others, love one another. Do like God said. The whole premise of the Bible, the whole premise of God coming into the world, saving us, is love and kindness and unity. All those things, jail, all those things are very beneficial to be the best version of ourselves. Build a support system. Look inside of your support system and ask yourself, are these people going to help me fulfill the dream and the calling that's on my life? And if they're not, then you need to change your network. You need to take some people out of your network and start bringing some people into your network, because they're there to actually help you, give you advice, be there when you're going through hard times, be there when you're ill, whatever it may be. But if you have the right network, you will build, you will grow. And number 5, to eliminate the non-essentials. Get rid of the dead weight. Get rid of those things that are holding you up. Get rid of those things that you should not be tolerating. You don't have to carry the world. Every problem that comes to you is not your problem. Learn how to say no. Be intentional about those things. And the last thing is, whatever you're trying to do, Rome wasn't built in a day. God did not make the world in a day. It took him 6 days, as Dr. Derek pointed out. It took him a little while to do that. All right? That's part of the 2. It took him a little time to do all that. So to follow God's example, be concise. When you get to the step, your goal is to get to the top of the staircase, but you don't leap up there. You take one step at a time. So when you follow these tips, you'll be well on your way to changing your life. And when 2026 comes in, you'll find yourself shining and thriving and being on top of the world and doing what God has called you to do. Thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Most definitely. Really appreciate that final comment. And First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, your final comment.
Thank you so much. You're talking about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to transform or change, right? Cybersecurity for small businesses by providing faster dictation, smarter protection, and automated response that were once only available to large enterprises, right? So through the advancement, when it comes to machine learning, artificial intelligence now will identify unusual behavior. It will block the threat. Threat is like warning. Threat is like danger. Okay, so artificial intelligence is going to block those in a real time and continuously learn from new attacks, giving small businesses a powerful defense against cybersecurity. So by adopting or by accepting artificial intelligence driven tools, small businesses can now reduce risk by strengthening the data protection and operate with a greater confidence now in an increasing digital world. Now, ultimately, artificial intelligence is not just improving cybersecurity, but it is leveraging the playing field of empowering small organizations in order to stay secure, resilient in a competitive manner. Thank you so much. Artificial intelligence is here to stay.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
It's stay.
As Queen Dr. Pat says. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is here to stay. Most definitely. And because unfortunately, we are becoming lazier and lazier and lazier. Did you watch the movie I Robot? Also,
Yes.
did you watch the movie I Robot?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Will Smith, I think it was. All right. And yes, people soon going to have little robot in them house taking care of them, so they don't want any they're not going to want no what them call it again? Caregiver or aid. Um, we call them again. Oh Lord, yes, yes, Doctor T.
They even have the artificial dogs. Have you seen those? The dogs. And they
Yes,
look so,
yes,
and they
the
look,
little,
no, they
some
look
little,
so,
the, the little one.
yes, they look so live, a lot, they look so lively. They like just like regular little dogs. So you can program them
Hmm.
and you won't know that you want, they look just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
dogs.
yeah,
Beautiful little things.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm, definitely. And the oh Lord, what them call it? CNA, right? CNA, and all of them are eight. But it is a CNA. I wanted to remember the exact abbreviation. LPN and CNA and those kind of home health aid. Home health aid is the one that I wanted to remember. Home health aid will soon be redundant. Soon be redundant, right? Because they're going to be aware. I think right now you can get a AI robot for 30, 40,000,
Mm.
right? 30, that's about the cost of a brand spanking new car, right? And you know, it soon get cheaper, soon get cheaper. And maybe get one for all 10,000. Who to tell? All right. So it's coming. It's coming. It's not going anywhere. It's coming. All right. So we think that it make our life easier. And so that is the way to go, unfortunately. So thank you very much, Queen Dr. T and First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Oh, you have your hand up again?
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I thought you
okay.
didn't. No, I'm sorry.
All right.
I tried. I caught. Wait
Wonderful.
a minute. Okay.
Mhm. All right, wonderful. All right, thank you all very much. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very much. And of course, for those of us who might not have a family, right? I tell you, this is my digital family. So most definitely, Thursday we will be having um, Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving meeting, right? So come on out. For those who might not have a family, even if you have a family and you want to, say hi for a little while on Thursday, we'll be here. We will be here. All right. And we give you a little updates for those who are in Victory with Ash as usual. And you should have your mindset. All right. So we will be here on Thursday, right? We inviting a couple persons to be here also. So I think dinner will will dinner will be what, Queen Miriam? About four or so. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Right. So we will be here, right? Because when I didn't have anybody, you were my family. You are still my family, and you will always be my family. So I will be here on Thursday for my digital family, because you were always here. Maybe you didn't know, but you were always here um, during my singleness. So, so hey, sharing my in my married life, no problem to me. and no problem to Queen Miriam. Virtuous woman, virtuous woman. So not one of those where complain. No, not a complainer. Not a complainer.
Praise
All
God.
right. Oh, you leave the toilet seat up and all those rubbish. Anyway, that's another webinar. So thank you all very much for coming out today on Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. Really appreciate, and hope to see you on Thursday. And I'm not sure that all passion will be on. Maybe Dr. T would be able to say if all passion will be on Thursday morning.
I'm not sure because
Dr.
they
T.
haven't had these speakers in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. All right. So we're not sure either. Not sure if well they don't have on Thursday anymore. One global movement is Wednesday and Friday. Don't know if they're going to still have it, because everybody taking a break this week, right? Dream Team is taking a break, and they are all the way in Sunday. I don't know why, but anyway, everybody have their own thing, doing them one thing, But Mindset Monday will be next week, rolling the show. And of course, as I said, Thursday, right on the Thanksgiving, we will be right here. If it's me alone and my wife is here, fine, no problem. And I know King Carlton will be here. King Carlton will be here. So, and Queen Lily Lane and Queen King Carlton will be here. So hope to see anybody else, and we will discuss what we want to discuss and give thanks and do whatever we want to do Thursday to show like a gratitude or whatever we want to do. We'll be here on Thursday as my digital family. Thank you all very much, and we will see you on Thursday. Deep dive, globally changing lives. Thank you for those who are on YouTube. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really do appreciate. So for now, those on YouTube, take care, and we will see you on Thursday. We here will be doing a little after party, and so we will transition into that aspect. And so it is